Are you tired of the same old sports media? Are you tired of hot takes, arguments, and questions that are just completely off base?
Luckily, we have something for you. Touchdowns and tangents of the people, for the people, by people who care about the culture and all its concise commentary.
What's up, good people? Live from Hawthorne, California, is the dynamic duo, your Thursday night spot for NFL takes, topical tangents, and concise commentary for the culture. I am PD Camarillo, and he is
Kenneth Frank James Barry.
And we're down our amazing producer today, Nikki. She's still out on personal leave, so shout out to her. Hope she's doing all right. But yeah, man. Apparently, this is one of our final last shows, according to the speaker. Not going to let us record live anymore, which is some bullshit, but...
I don't know how to feel about that. During Black History Month, that's so racist. How are you going to shut down live creators? Now we got to go to Rumble? Is that what you're telling us? Now we got to go to an alternative site and just totally coon it up for money? Are you ready to do that, Pete?
With that,
Smart answer.
With that, I mean, there's kind of a good amount of shit to talk about this week since, you know, the Super Bowl did just fucking happen. Kenny finally made it out to my spot in the IE for some barbecue and shit talk. Overall, what was your experience like, Kenny?
I would say it was really dope. You shitted on me for what I purchased in that Stater Bros, and that Stater Bros. Goddamn, I'm gonna get in trouble if I had stayed in there 5 minutes longer. But anyway, that's another story. Everybody loved the snacks I brought. On top of that, the burger was fire. The double burger. Salute to your pops. Honestly, I was gonna grab two more in honor of, the Fallen Berry. That might just be his new team name, Fallen Berry, because he just keeps falling out of the rankings. But anyway, salute to him. Seriously, hope he get well soon, bro.
You got that Dwight Howard back.
I'm pretty sure he could sue you for slander. I don't think he has the Dwight Howard back. I would hope not. We're just gonna leave that one alone. Stop it right now. But anyway, yeah, man, it was a great time. Cold as shit. Honestly, once we got to y'all house, I didn't even really smell the manure in the air.
Yeah, that's how urbanized we've gotten.
Central air is a fucking godsend.
Once upon a time, you couldn't go anywhere without smelling like cow shit. Now they just got rid of it.
Good old Eastville.
The Vale.
Kind of weird that Chino Hills and then Chino, two different directions. I don't know how I felt about that.
Well, one's north and one's south.
No, I just felt like two Americas.
One's Mexican and Asian, and one's
slightly black.
One's white and Asian.
Damn, what
and
a couple.
Blacks are just kind of sprinkled around both.
Damn. It's par for the course. Yeah, man, it was a great time. Great Super Bowl party, great food, cool people, interesting conversations. Cool shrine, by the way. Cool journalism shrine. I dug it. But fuck touchdown, Jesus.
Jesus.
First off, Jesus wouldn't be a Notre Dame fan. Why? All your quarterbacks end up sucking. Joe Montana was the last good Notre Dame QB. Safeties and linebackers, y'all produced the hell out of those.
Honestly, the crazy memory that I remember is I remember you being like, no, I don't eat shrimp. And then I made you eat a piece of shrimp and you were like, that shit was fire.
I was like, I don't eat shrimp because I don't like the way it tastes, period. But the way your dad made that shit, I shook his hand and gave him a hug. Said, thanks, Pops.
It was good.
That shit was good. I almost went back for seconds. Like, I forgot that I hate shrimp. Like, probably we might have solved racism on a micro level. Just
again, solving racism over food.
Over food
That's
and
just
beer.
what this podcast is like.
Honestly, we did it in Mobile. We did it in the IE, and there wasn't even any real racism on the second part. It was just, I really fucking hate shrimp. I know, like I really hate shellfish.
Those mixed children running around. There's no racism there.
That's what I was saying. I was like, no, it was a family affair. So that, you just couldn't walk away from a fucking debate. I was like, Pete,
you were just like
all of us were like yanking you, and you're just like, no, wait, I want to see where this goes. I was like, this motherfucker is. He just said, you know what? No, I'm gonna lean into it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lean into the ether. No, he's a fucking loser. That shit had me die, bro.
I was like, bro, he's literally a fucking loser.
He lost in '92.
Yeah.
He lost more than Jesse Jackson. I was like, God damn, I had to Google that. I was like, wait, we got a worse winning percentage than Jesse? God damn. Woo.
Somehow that man just keeps failing forward.
Like a lot of people we know in certain areas of sports. But hey.
Speaking of which, well, the Super Bowl, second Super Bowl to go to overtime in history.
Third Super Bowl Kyle Shanahan lost.
Was a pretty good game throughout, pretty close, within two scores for the most part. 49ers came out, dominated the first half. Chiefs were still kind of just chugging along. You're kind of waiting for them to strike.
Hanging around.
And that's what they did in the second half. Came back. According to multiple sources, the 49ers didn't know the Super Bowl overtime rules until they came up on the Jumbotron. And anyways, they ended up kicking a field goal. And sure enough, the Chiefs came back, scored a touchdown, it was over. I don't know what the fuck the Niners were thinking. Like, they thought it was just going to be over when they kicked the field goal.
My mom was like, what the fuck are they doing? And my mom was like, she knew the overtime rules. My sister, Chelsea, who doesn't really care for sports, watch it, knew the overtime rules. I'm pretty sure my 2.5-year-old nephew, Isaiah, knew the overtime rules. And Kyle Juszczyk, who went
now
to
you know
fucking...
one place where Isaiah can belong is my family party.
yo. And he would have made that basket. That's how I know Isaiah's ready. He would have made that jump shot. That kid got an arm. He just don't be caring. But if I get him motivated to follow through, oh yeah, y'all was definitely cheating on that basketball machine. I just want to point that out. There's cheating. There's cheating. There's blatant cheating that I saw. That I'm like, okay, we're not calling this. All right, we're not calling this. The little shoulder
Not
bump.
calling it like the Niners didn't get Helding called against them on that.
Nah, see, here's the thing.
The Chiefs were holding the fuck out of them, bro.
Okay, the Chiefs were holding, but if you beat somebody's ass, then holding doesn't really matter, now does it?
And then the rumors came out. I think what
they were the most penalized.
Ark Armstead had a torn meniscus, and
that's why he couldn't walk
Javon
up.
Kinlaw had a broken finger, which is funny because when I saw Armstead at the Super Bowl, he was having trouble walking on the stairs. And they were like, "Are you tight?" And he's like, "No, I'm good."
That meniscus was
like,
not
yeah,
meniscing. That meniscus was not meniscing.
He had the game of his life, though.
Did he? Did he have a sack?
I think he had 1.5.
I don't know, Bosa. I don't think Bosa got credited with half a sack. All I'm saying is Bosa talked all that shit, and his effort was looking kind of lackadaisical towards the end.
Bro, he was getting the shit out of him.
Nah, bro. When you spin like that and give up your back, I was telling my coworkers.
One sack.
Bosa had a sack?
No,
Armstead?
Armstead 1 sack and 6 tackles.
I'll give him that. What did Drake Jackson do?
Isn't he hurt and been out all season?
Damn, did he tear his ACL or something?
Yeah, he's been out all year. That's why they got chased.
Fuck. He's just like was on. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, when I was watching it, I'm like, why your defense is gassed and
Yeah, he hasn't played since week 4, bro.
And Greenlaw popped his fucking Achilles out of nowhere like a goddamn sniper rifle. Like we found out who the second shooter was.
I don't know why he was jumping around like that, bro.
Yeah, somebody should have told him.
When you jump down and out like that, like
shit unlocks in your leg.
Your fast twitches can only twitch so much, and when you have it twitch one way and then twitch the other way, there's always a.
This man decelerated and then popped his shit. He blew his own leg. He blew his own leg out.
That shit was sad though. I felt bad for him.
As soon as that happened, I was like, "Oh, it's over."
Because he a real one, and this might be his last contract. I think he's a free agent.
He is.
Yeah, so
he was on a rookie deal. He was not much was expected out of him. He didn't run the best 40 coming out of Arkansas. He's a great dude, and like to see that, it's like fuck. He's not gonna get paid now.
Oh, he's 26. So
He's 26 at the prime of his career with a popped Achilles tendon in the Super Bowl. He's gonna miss the whole season.
He might be able to sign a 1 or 2 year deal, and then maybe cash out one more time.
He would have to sign a 1-year deal with the Niners, rehab, not lose his job if they don't draft another linebacker.
He's going to need at least a year.
2 years.
So he's going to need a 2-year deal. Like a 2-year
And the second year, the second year is the prove it deal. The first year is we're going to rehab and let you get back to some resemblance. And the fact that he's so great in run stuffing and pretty good in run coverage, he reminds you of Navarro Bowman before the injuries, but not as good as Navarro Bowman because Navarro Bowman was a 1 of 1. Patrick Willis, like.
But yeah, man, so the Chiefs won.
That was such a stupid-ass play, though.
McCole Hardman caught the game-winning touchdown. Travis Kelce didn't even look for the ball. You almost couldn't have drawn up a easier ending. Like, I think everyone knew they were going to fucking do some sort of rollout and throw it to
pretty much whip routes. Niners was playing soft coverage. And when they know you have Fred Warner and you're not going to send Fred Warner every play, yeah, them crossing routes are working. I don't know why they weren't just having.
Shout out to the memes that were killing George Kittle. That was crazy.
That man didn't deserve that.
They were like, "Oh,
2 catches
back with a vengeance," and then they posted his stats: 2 catches
for like 8 yards.
I don't know, Kenny. You brought up a good point earlier this week. It's like, yeah, Brock Purdy didn't lose them the game.
He didn't win it either.
And yeah, he's not bad, but like, how you have all the receivers not getting the ball and open?
Sam Darnold would have played better. What Sam Darnold did was against not the Eagles, but I think against the Ravens. He led them to a bunch of scoring drives.
Brandon Ayuk was open all day.
Brandon Ayuk was open in the back of the end zone for the game-winning touchdown, and he should not come back to San Francisco. How are you an all-pro and Debo out here cramping every fucking play? And then the shit made me mad when they did the McCaffrey speed option fake handoff shit. Like, you should have had Debo in the backfield if you were going to do that. And then the fly sweep motion to McCaffrey because he had the edge. I don't get why they stopped running toss sweep. I was like, I would just run toss sweep 8 fucking times until you stopped it. 6 yards, 8 yards, 7 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 4 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards. Literally, even though he had 22 carries for 80 yards, like McCaffrey, all his success was the toss sweep. It's like this motherfucker went to Stanford and ran power every third play. You telling me you don't have power in your playbook? Juszczyk
they have a fullback.
Juszczyk is a mismatch. Is a mismatch, and it's like it's the fact that he played for the Ravens, and then he's been in the league for so long with the Niners. It's like, damn, I felt bad for him, but I think he got a ring in Baltimore. But either way, it was like your defense is gassed. Leave them out there. Leave them out there. Run high nickel. Safety high. Like, they ran crossers, and I was like, bro, your defense is tired, and your cornerbacks are low-key trash. And Travis Kelce hemmed up Charvarius Ward. He hemmed him up like a bitch. He's like, you having fun on the other side? You having fun on the other side? If a man told that to me and then proceeded to beat me in the Super Bowl, bro, you can't even say nothing. They don't even miss him. They don't even miss him in KC. L'Jarius Sneed about to get paid. Playing like a top 5 corner. Charvarius Ward over here you lost 2 Super Bowls, my boy.
No, they won last year, I thought.
No, he won on the Chiefs, and then they lost on the Niners. But for him, it's like Richie James, he lost on the Niners, and then came back and won on the Chiefs. I just feel bad for Trent Williams. I think this team is going to get blown up. Because you got to pay Purdy. You might have to let go of Kittle. You're definitely going to have to let Ayuk walk. And Devo's not really an elite receiver like that. He's just a playmaker who you can, use to juice your offense. But
the offensive line needs retooling. They need new DBs like every year.
Hufanga was their best.
They're going to have to find someone to fill in for Greenlaw for at least a season.
Hufanga was truly their best DB. And he popped his
That's saying a
ACL.
lot.
He popped his ACL. He was an all-pro. He's a great, strong safety. He actually solidified their pass coverage. If you had him out there, they wouldn't have been running all those crossers with Travis Kelce. Somebody would have eliminated that shit. I don't understand why defenses don't understand that teams run crossers because they know you're going to blitz. And if you run zone, you're fucked. And if you run a zone blitz, I'm going to find the crosser every time. But Purdy was out there. I don't get how you don't look for McCaffrey as your safety valve on that 3rd and 4 when you know they're going to blitz you. Like, you weren't going to have time to throw across your body. McCaffrey could have ran a little 3-yard out route and you dump it to him. Have somebody run over the middle knowing that blitz is coming. I just don't get how Shanahan keeps choking in all these Super Bowls. He's been outscored 46-0 in the 4th quarter in overtime in all his Super Bowls.
I just don't know how they got away from the run game. I would have run the game 1,000 times in that game.
Toss sweep.
It was the only thing that was really neutralizing the pass rush. And it was working. They just got away from it.
And then the trick play was perfectly timed with Jawan Jennings.
And honestly, Steve Wilkes got fired and took the scapegoat.
We will talk about that later in the show, but
it really wasn't his fault. He held the Chiefs to 19 points through 4 quarters, and 25 points through 5 quarters.
And the funny thing is, if the Niners and Moody don't get that kick blocked, now they have to score 7 at the end of regulation. And the Niners had their best shot to stop them during regulation, in my opinion. And the fact that you couldn't score 3 offensive touchdowns says a lot about your offense. And McCaffrey had 80 yards receiving.
And Shanahan took the blame, basically saying, Wilkes, he kind of wanted Wilkes to run the scheme that Saleh and D'Amico Ryans were running, which wasn't necessarily his scheme. They kind of just went back and forth. He was up in the booth, and they had him on the sideline. And so Shanahan just, kind of put his hand in there and said, I didn't make Steve's job any easier, which is commendable. But at the same time, it's but you still fired him.
Yeah.
You still weren't, you weren't able to adjust. And honestly, I mean,
They weren't the same defense.
the players were talking about it. The players were talking about C. Wilkes favorably all week. They were talking about their scheme favorably all week. I think a lot of them liked the scheme that they were running under Wilkes more than under Sella and D'Amico, just because they had more freedom to make plays. Versus like D'Amico and Sala, it's more like, yeah, just do your job and like collectively we'll make plays. But I feel like a lot of them had more freedom to play fast and take chances under Wilkes.
But Hufanga was hurt.
I mean,
Hufanga was the reason why their defense was so great.
That certainly didn't help.
Their back end is trash without him. Jair Brown had that pick, but then he got fucking railed over by Travis Kelce and damn near got his shoulder broken. Like, on that 52-yard catch, that throw to some McCall Hardeman early in the game, that should have been a pick. The safety misplayed that ball, and so did the corner. They should have high-load that, and the safety was laid over the top. If the safety had actually played ball, that's 2 interceptions.
The way Hardeman made plays reminded me of Sammy Watkins in the 2019 Super Bowl.
When he cooked Richard Sherman?
It was like man, this man hasn't really done anything all playoffs. You're just waiting to unleash him in the Super Bowl.
Game of his life.
Game of his life.
I want it to be like, fuck 12, but I root for McCall Hardeman.
Why didn't you tweet that? You really have been standing for him since day one.
I think I did. I think I tweeted it, then it got my drafts because I was busy being told to take shots.
Here we go.
That was fun, though.
All right. Yeah, moving on. The Super Bowl parade happened on Wednesday, which is yesterday. If you're listening to this now. Tragedy happened. Of course, nowhere's safe. There's no safe zones. Can't go anywhere without having to worry about something potentially changing your life. And one person was killed. 22 people were shot.
Like 12 of them were kids under the age of like 9.
Yeah, basically, someone just kind of started unloading at the end of the parade.
Like 3 people, I think. 3 suspects were in custody. 2 people, a guy and his daughter tackled one of the suspects, and they held him down. It's sad that, like, all those cops were there, and they still didn't prevent the shooting. And on top of that, like, people who didn't have guns were acting faster than the actual police, which goes to show, like, the whole, we need more police narrative doesn't really work, because look at Uvalde. Because those Kansas City Chiefs fans had more bravery than any of those bum-ass cops in Uvalde, Texas.
Not wrong about that.
And you can go back and research that. They let some kids die. They made sure their kids got out.
Trey Smith was talking about it. He was talking about how he hid in the closet with like 20 people. He grabbed a couple kids that were just kind of, straggling around, didn't know where to go. Andy Reid was kind of like...
Gave him a championship belt. Even Jackson Mahomes was out there.
Andy Reid was trying to direct, trying to get people out into safety. Like, it's just crazy. It's like, I think, I forgot who was talking about it on the radio this morning, but they're just saying, like, like, we have this whole cycle where this thing happens, and then, like, the politicians leverage it to talk about what we should do. Both sides say what we should do, what we shouldn't do. And then the activists come on the news and they talk about, like, what the politicians should do. And then, people tweet out, like, thoughts and prayers. And we go through, like, the memorial thing. And then it's just over. And then something else happens. And then the cycle starts again. But it's like, how did we get to the point to where it's like, bro, we can't even celebrate the highest achievement in what is our most American sport? Like, we can't even celebrate that.
We supported this team all season.
And it's the same
Showed
thing.
up.
And it's not even just the NFL. Like, I mean, I think there was a shooting after the Rangers
Yeah, after the Rangers, and then somebody
After the
got
Nuggets
shot.
too.
Yeah, somebody got shot in Denver. But here's the thing.
So it's like,
Now
how did we get to this point to where it's like
Sandy Hook.
even something that should just be a joyous occasion, like, isn't even safe.
A free parade.
Like, yeah, like now we're not even able to have fucking free parades, bro. Like, some of my best memories of as a child are going to those dumbass Laker parades.
Hey, first off, you watch your fucking mouth. Be thankful you were allowed there, bitch. You're not even from L.A. You're from fucking Sacramento. I forget which city it is this week. This man's been born and lived in more places than the fucking
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
guy in the Tom Hanks in the Terminal movie. But nah, if they weren't gonna do anything, if you justified Trayvon Martin getting murdered, if you justified not doing shit after Sandy Hook, if we didn't start doxing all these politicians' addresses so we know where you go and we know where your kids go to school, so in every aspect of your life, you're going to have to deal with us. Like, hey, so if a school shooting broke out, your kids would be safe, but mine wouldn't. Like, how much do you make? How much money do you get from gun lobbyists, from the NRA, to look the other way on shit like this? Okay, cool. But, you know, the NRA has been racist forever. They're the reason why the Black Panthers all got dismantled by the U.S. government. Yeah. California, you can go back and look. You used to be able to go to the Capitol with your guns. But once the Black Panthers did it, because they got tired of being beat down and tracked down by the government and killed by police and shit, all of a sudden it became illegal in California. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Hope you're burning in hell. And your wife was a hoe. We all knew that. Anyway. Yeah, it's just, I saw that and the sad part was like, I'm surprised there wasn't more people dead. There was only one person dead, and she was a beloved, like, local, you know, Kansas City Chiefs DJ and journalist, radio personality, and it's like, as someone who's had to, like, report on deaths, me personally, like, that, I didn't like that shit. I didn't like that aspect of journalism, having to do that. But I commend the journalists who came on TV and told this, you know, what they told the story of what was happening. You know, they didn't shy away from it. Other people did. Other people are like, I just want to be with my families. It's kind of a weird time. I thought about my nephew. And I think about all the times my sister takes her son out to go play or just to go be out, just out and about. And, like, I trust them. I don't trust nobody else. I don't trust the environment they're in because, like, anytime shit could pop off. Me, by myself, I've been in situations, it was life or death. And somebody was looking out for me that day. And I've been in situations where it's like, okay, we gonna leave early because some shit, I don't like the energy out here. We gonna dip. And then we dip, and then I find out the next day, like, oh yeah, somebody got killed at the spot you was at last night. Oh shit, well, this is why I left. This is why I stayed home that night. But now it's like, anywhere you go, literally anywhere you go, a train, fucking bus, a bowl game, a Super Bowl, whatever. Like, it's just not safe. And in our lifetime, it's all because, like, the so-called adults, these 50, 40 and up motherfuckers, 40 to 70, whatever you want to call them, these loser motherfuckers, decided, hey, we know a bunch of kids got murdered in Sandy Hook, but there's just too much money to, you know, actually, like, in 90, I think it was like 95% of the country, like, voted for and wanted, like, pre-background checks. Like, not anybody can have a fucking gun. Like, if you're, like, an internet troll, if you're a member of a fucking white supremacist group, you probably shouldn't have any access to firearms. And there's no real justification to have an AR-15. For me, example, I've gone to the shooting range. I'm pretty much lethal within 20 feet. Within 20 feet, I'm going to plug your ass. It's over. It's either a headshot, a throat shot. I'm going to let you pick how you want to go. But in 20 feet, your ass is mine. Now, that's just with a handgun. With an AR-15, you're essentially just shooting a miniature fucking bomb at somebody. No matter what, I could shoot an AR-15 at anything. It's going to destroy it. I could shoot an AR-15 at a flat screen TV. You're never going to be able to use that flat screen TV again. That is a weapon designed to destroy shit. There's no educational way you can bring about assault weapons like that. And because of this, because of the cowardice of politicians, and let's be honest, the corruption, and there's a lot of racism, because I'm pretty sure if blacks and Mexicans had AR-15s all up and down Crenshaw, we wouldn't really be, let's be honest, we're not the representation of school shootings. It's mostly white people who were the mass shooters. Like high 90%. All the mass shooters dating back to Columbine have all been white. So until white society decides they want to clean their shit up, that bleeds over into the rest of society where we already have problems and shit going on out here.
I think ultimately for me, it just sucks that even on, like, nothing is really yours. And when you're going in the public space, it's like you can't go to a meal and just sit down and not worry about someone busting in through the door. Like, you can't go to a movie without worrying about someone bringing something in. Like, you can't go celebrate your team winning after you, even if you went to those cold-ass playoff game and sat there in the blistering cold.
Can't go to the fucking mall.
Can't even just go and celebrate a little bit of sunshine, your team actually winning. Can't go to the mall. Can't go anywhere. And it just sucks. Like, because that's literally the antithesis of what this country's supposed to be. Like,
antithesis.
You know what I mean? The point is,
don't say antithesis ever again.
You should be able to go out and pursue your own happiness. Like, you should be able to go out and spend your money, your hard-earned money, on whatever the fuck it is you like to do without having to worry about someone coming in and potentially taking your life or the people you love, their lives. Like,
and think about
it's unacceptable. We shouldn't have to worry about something happening to our kids every time they leave the house. Like, that's ridiculous.
We should just have to worry about bullying and rites of passage, and don't get in that weird motherfucker's vein if he offers you candy. Stranger danger. Now it's like, yeah, niggas die every day, B. Mass shootings happen every day. It's just it sucks and it's unfortunate. But, like, we can't not talk about it.
All right, so, yeah, final note on the Super Bowl. There was that whole Twitter beef with the 49ers.
And Eagles.
Was it the Eagles?
The Eagles and the Niners have been beefing for, like, 7 different reasons. Deebo Samuel got a lot of the shots because he was talking shit, and then Aaron Donald came out and took a picture, apparently, with his Super Bowl ring. Then Fletcher Cox waited till the Super Bowl was over and they lost to say, you still ain't got a ring, bitch.
Yeah, I saw that.
And John Feliciano went at it with Jalen Carter and a bunch of shit came out. Pretty much Jalen Carter threatened to kill his kids and his family and all that shit. Feliciano made some comments about his dead teammates who died in that car accident after Georgia won the national title. And, you know, that's kind of a hot subject for Jalen Carter because he had like over 100.
Why he was the number one pick.
He had like literally over 100 fucking speeding tickets and shit. Not 100, but like it was a bunch of speeding tickets and traffic violations. And there's video of him speeding, them racing with the people who later died that night. So when you break that down, Feliciano's like, yeah, I know what I said was fucked up. This dude went after my kids and shit. Fat Klay, I should say.
All right, moving on.
Oh, and Fat Klay threw his own teammate under the bus.
That's what I was talking about.
That was some bullshit. You didn't block Chris Jones.
Chris Jones was on the air after the game. He was like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I was unblocked. I was looking around thinking it was a screen. It wasn't. It was just a total breakdown, and I somehow got free. And then Feliciano called out one of his guys.
Spencer Buford.
He was like, yeah, it wasn't me who wasn't blocking him or whatever passive-aggressive shit he said.
You say, really, bro?
He was like, I'm sorry, I was in the heat of the moment. I shouldn't have came for you like that, blah, blah, blah. College football.
Don't look at me like that.
Bruh, you're averaging one of these a week. That's like 6,000 calories. I hope you know that.
I hope you know I'm not eating that entire thing tonight.
You've been eating one of these a week.
Nah, that was
Say
like
you haven't.
2.5 weeks.
Say you haven't.
2.5 weeks.
You ate 2 of them in 2.5 weeks. Try again.
I mean, that's like 2.
Try again. So again, averaging one a week. But go ahead. I'm not gonna cook you. Just go ahead.
I mean, I can't say what I want to say, so I'm just not gonna say it. I hope you washed your hands before you just shoved your fingers in the fucking thing of M&Ms. Did you? I was about to make a washcloth joke. Never mind. Anyway, all right. So college football news. It's a lot.
By the way, plain M&Ms are the Madonna of candy.
Those aren't plain M&Ms. Those are milk chocolate. Plain are the ones with peanuts.
No.
Yes. Bam, don't touch your fupa and then touch the inside.
Those are the ones. Those are called peanut M&Ms.
Those are plain. Those are the OG M&Ms. Milk chocolate M&Ms are like chicken tenders, like boneless wings. Those are that's the boneless wings of chocolate in your hand right there. Top of that, yeah. So the NCAA football's back, man. Did you see the trailer?
No, I didn't.
You bastard. Goddamn animal. Anyway, that shit was back. Shit gonna be hype. I watched like 40.
I'm just saying, when I Google plain M&Ms, this is what comes up, though. No one says fucking peanut M&Ms or plain M&Ms.
We can agree to disagree because I'm not gonna agree with that statement. The same way I'm not gonna agree that Popeye's wings are fucking good. I just won't. I will fight and die on that hill. Understand me when I say this. So yeah, NCAA football is gonna come back sometime in like the next 4 months, 5 months. Go watch the trailer if you haven't seen it. It was a nostalgic moment. But if you lose like your best player in the transfer portal, and ruin your shot at a national championship, don't get mad. It's just a game now. It's literally in the game. This, like, if NCAA can overtake Madden, it'll bring generations of nerds together. Like, they'll have like NCAA parties with metal detectors because you won't be allowed to bring guns in because it's a nostalgic moment. ESPN and college football, an agreement for a 6-year, $7.8 billion extension that'll make the network the home of the 12-team playoff through the 2031-32 season. And then, like, the college football leaders just have to sort out specifics on how the postseason, is going to operate. Now that the Pac-12 is pretty much dead, gonna be real interesting. I didn't put this on the rundown, but former Boise State offensive coordinator Bush Hampton left to go to Kentucky for more money, and honestly, can't blame him. It was a great gig, smart choice, but he still managed to pull a 5-star receiver and a 5-star QB before he left. And Malachi Nelson said that Bush Hampton leaving has no bearing on him, on whether he stays or goes. He's fully committed to Boise State. So salute to Malachi Nelson, the first 5-star recruit in Boise State history. And then the 5-star receiver. Pretty much, this is his last stop at Boise State, so he can't mess this up. So that should be interesting. Georgia State, our former Georgia State head coach, Sean Elliott, quit in the first week of spring practice. And he quit as the head coach of Georgia State to be the tight end coach of South Carolina. This now forced Georgia State to cancel their spring game altogether. So it's a lot of money that was lost. Pretty sure he's going to be hated in that state for a very long time. Because the spring game brings in a lot of revenue for the season. And so, like USC spring game is going to be televised on Pac-12 Network, which is kind of weird. But hey, it is what it is. Pac-12, I guess you could say disgraced Pac-12 commissioner. There may be a hit on me for this. Who knows? I don't know. George Hilikoff. I'm not even going to pretend I know how to say his last name. Yeah. He's parting ways with the Pac-12 conference. They agreed to a contract settlement. Pretty much sunk the conference the last 2 years. I asked him the questions heard around the world, even though a lot of people won't give me credit for it, but everybody who was there knows. I asked him point blank, 2 years, in 2021, the 2022 Pac-12 Media Day, I asked him, are you worried and concerned about, the Big 12 taking schools from you? And have you thought about merging with the Mountain West? He laughed off that. He scoffed it off. The Big 12, one that's actually merged with the Pac-12 to stay together, they nixed that deal. And, last year he talks about, we're going to have the streaming deal. We're going to have the streaming rights. Everything's going to come together. And then I asked him again, I said, are you...
All right, nobody fucking cares, bro. You talked about this so much. Let's move on.
No, it kind of matters because it's like...
You've already talked about this many times. Nobody cares, bro.
People were booing him, and they hated him so much going into the Pac-12 championship game and the national title game. He's virtually done nothing. He's pretty much just... he stayed out of the lawsuit with Washington State and Oregon State. Didn't really help much. He just collected a check. He's damn near he's not much better than Larry Scott. So he doomed them in the first place. Now, Chip Kelly left UCLA probably because he got tired of seeing all his fucking assistants getting poached every time he turned around, and there was rumors that they wanted him gone anyway. So he leaves and goes to Ohio State to become the offensive coordinator at Ohio State. UCLA, Martin Jarman has to figure out, as athletic director, who's going to be the head coach. And he hires running back coach Deshaun Foster, former UCLA legend. He's produced a lot of NFL talent. He's now the head coach. He got a very empowered...
I think the biggest issue there was, one, UCLA is kind of like second-tiered in NIL terms.
They got Chase Griffin, though.
2, they're already kind of second-tier just being in LA. And 3, now they're going to a new conference, and they really just kind of needed some energy. That's not Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's very much just kind of the back room, mad scientist guy. He's wants to talk X's and O's. He really doesn't have interest in meeting with boosters or meeting with recruits. So I feel like Foster is going to give them a lot of energy there. Like you said, he's coached a lot of great talent. He's played at the highest level.
Damn near almost won a Super Bowl for the Panthers. He had that touchdown.
I don't know if he'll get the ship straight, but I think he'll set the foundation at least and make them respectable in a conference where they might get their shit pushed in every other week and are going to play a lot of 9 a.m. Pacific time games. So I don't know. I think at least Foster will kind of give them an identity. and focusing on recruiting at home and trying to find guys who are willing to buy into building something at UCLA. Whether or not they actually accomplish that over the duration of his 5-year contract, I'm not sure. Just because I don't know how well they're really going to compete as far as NIL, as far as talent in that new conference.
I mean, the way.
But I know at least Foster's going to have them with an identity, and he's going to have them playing with energy. And I think that's more than Chip Kelly would have brought.
I mean, I think that offense is going to be fixed now with the QB situation. Garbers is the guy.
Think about it, though, bro. We waited 3 years for
game.
Chip Kelly to win a meaningful game.
And it was the LA Bowl.
No, I was saying the LSU game. That was his first big win, and that was like year 3.
That LSU team fell apart.
So, what can we really expect from Foster? You know, like he was in there.
USC.
He's been in there with all those different coaches. So, you know, I'm sure he's going to pick and choose what he liked from those different regimes and kind of make his own style. But, like, I don't know what you can really expect from, again, a second-tier NIL team, a second-tier in the market team.
I mean, let's not act like they don't have the Bruin NIL initiative with Chase Griffin and what they've been doing. That's been ahead of the curve. Chase Griffin's one of the top, most progressive.
Yeah, but they have a lot of
hallmarks of NIL.
But there's so many other teams out there that have much more robust programs, especially for like
more money,
especially for the students like 50 through 90. Like, yeah, UCLA is going to get NIL money for their top 5, top 10 players. That's not the problem. It's more of like
Latu said he didn't
the
get
robust, bigger program outside of that.
Well, yeah, that's always going to happen. But I mean,
I'm just saying, what can we really expect from Foster in year 1?
7 wins.
And how much time do we really have to give him until they're relevant again at a national scale?
I'd say 3. Give him 3 years.
So if he's not winning 10 games by year 3, he's gone.
No. I'd say he
year 4, if he hasn't won 10 games, he's gone.
This team should regress as much from last.
Well, that's why
they won a bowl game.
They won a bowl game. That's why it's good that they brought him in, so they won't regress too much. They shouldn't regress too much.
Sturtevant is coming back, and they're actually going to throw the ball. Like, they keep a tight end. The O-line, they find a way to have O-linemen. They got a great young running back who went to Inglewood High, who's now the full-fledged starter. Damn near win MVP of the game. And Garbers is coming back for one more year. So, I mean, he has Justin Martin. He has young QBs. That's a talented QB room. I just think now that it's a voice that the younger guys on the team respect and universally can latch on to, I think there's going to be some change. And I don't think they're going to be USC next year. But I think they're going to win 7 games.
I think the other good thing about Foster is he's going to be able to tap into that alumni and booster program much better than Chip Kelly is.
Yeah,
he'll be able to get some more of that fundraising and NIL money.
Plus, you also got it's LA. It's Westwood.
All right, first up, the Eagles and Hassan Reddick. There's reports out that he told the Eagles he wanted a trade. The Eagles came out and basically verified that. So take your tangent. Hassan Reddick leaving the Eagles.
He came out and said that was false. That he never actually wanted a trade. He wanted a contract extension. And that's when the Eagles came out and said he requested a trade. But he's like, I don't want to be traded. I just want to be paid. And look at they took Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter. Like, you look at that defense. Losing Hassan Reddick would hurt, and he's a top 5 pass rusher.
He's not a top 5 pass rusher.
Are you sure?
He's not a top 5
serious?
pass rusher.
He's produced.
We already went over this, bro.
Really?
If TJ Watt is not a top 5 pass rusher,
Who said TJ Watt's not a top 5?
You said.
I definitely didn't say that.
You were like, all right, bro, count him out. And I counted him out, and I was like, all right, he's like 6 or 7.
Okay, I said linebacker or DN. Are we going linebacker or DN?
Edge. It's the same thing.
No, the fuck it's not.
Yes, it is.
Cam Jordan and Daniil Hunter are not the same body type. They are not the same player.
It's an edge.
No, it's different. It's much different.
It's the same.
Aaron Donald
in the modern
and
NFL,
Khalil Mack are not the same player.
An edge.
Man,
edge, and
you know that's bullshit.
Aaron Donald is a D lineman.
He's a D tackle who has.
He's a D lineman.
So he's not a
Khalil
linebacker.
Mack is an edge.
Yes.
Difference.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. You're comparing. I'm like, no, we got to go stand up linebackers.
No, you can go edges.
You can't put
Hassan
TJ Watt
Reddick
and Aaron
is an
Donald in the
edge.
same
TJ Watt
category.
is an edge.
Yes. Okay, now we say top 10 edges. That's different than top 10 pass rushers. That's a different conversation than edge guys versus D linemen. It's Cam Jordan.
Yeah, but realistically,
Cam Jordan and Aaron Donald are in the same category.
Realistically, there's only going to be 2, 3 D linemen in the top 10 pass rusher conversation.
Cap.
Everyone else is going to be edge
Cap.
players.
It's like 5.
Who?
Donald. Jordan.
Jordan's not in there, bro.
Are you serious? He's a Hall of Fame player.
He's not in there this year.
Bro, no. See,
he's not.
I'm going body of work.
Bro.
I'm going body of work.
Sorry to tell you that.
Now, if we're saying top 5 too hot to trot this year, I agree with you.
It's Aaron Donald. It's Chris Jones.
You going to say Matabuke?
Maybe Matabuke, but I don't know if you put him in the top 10.
Are you saying Christian Wilkins?
Yeah, probably Christian Wilkins, but I'm not putting 2-sack.
What about Sealer?
I'm not putting 2-sack Cam Jordan in there, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. That's fair. What about Zach Sealer, the D lineman for the Dolphins who had 10.5 sacks this year?
He's not top 10.
Okay, fine. So we're taking out career years. You already named like 3-4 guys.
That's interior D lineman.
That's what I'm saying.
You want to go edge? I already told you.
I mean, technically, isn't Aaron
I already
Donald?
told you.
Aaron Donald's a defense. Aaron Donald's more of a defensive end than fucking Bosa is.
It's Hunter.
He's faster than Bosa too.
It's Hunter. It's Max. It's Mac.
What's Ali Highsmith?
It's Garrett.
We not going to include the other Steelers edge rusher who just got paid.
He's not top 10. He's probably like top 12.
Okay,
15.
Fine. TJ Watt's top 5.
So I just gave you 5 edge rushers straight up.
Yeah. That are linebackers.
And then maybe Hassan Reddick.
Hassan Reddick you could put in front of. Hassan Reddick has to be between 5 and 8. He has to.
You're just digging, bro.
No, I'm not. Would you put him ahead of Khalil Mack?
Not this year.
But since he...
Not career.
Of course not career.
Not career or not this year.
I mean, but if you look at what he did last year...
Yeah, Reddick had 11 and Khalil Mack had 17.
Khalil had 17 this year?
Yes. Wake up, Kenny.
I said last year.
Wake up, Kenny.
Okay, not last year, last season, but I'm saying since he went to Philly. He was in Arizona, and then he went to Philly, right? All I'm saying is...
Reddick had 16 last year. He had 11 in Carolina the year before.
Oh, shit, he was in Carolina. I forgot about that. Shit.
Everyone forgets about that.
Arizona, Carolina, Philly. Produced.
He's only produced the last 4 years, bro. His first 4 years were ass.
Arizona didn't use him properly.
First 3 years were ass.
How many dudes left Arizona and got better?
He's only had
pretty much all of them.
And he's really just had the past 2 years as like...
By the way, he had a great year under Steve
breakout.
Wilkes. He had a great season under Steve Wilkes. I just want to point that out. But yeah, when it comes to edge rushers, I'll give you that. I have to say, he's from 5 to 8. Hassan Reddick's definitely top 10 though. But yeah,
I didn't even say Parsons, so he's definitely not top
well,
6.
Parsons is a freak of fucking
He's
nature.
not top 6. And then is he better than Hutchinson?
Hutchinson's a true defensive end.
Is he better than Josh Allen?
Oh no, Josh Allen's a difference maker.
So Reddick is already 9.
I said 5 to 10.
At least. And then you mentioned Highsmith.
He's definitely better than Highsmith.
Is he better than D-Law?
Yeah, D-Law's.
Oh, that's crazy.
D-Law and Cam Jordan are in the same boat.
That's crazy.
Look at the numbers.
That's
Don't get mad at me.
highly disrespectful.
No, it's not, because D-Law ain't the best player on his
I
defense.
should catch your fade, honestly.
D-Law ain't the best D lineman on his team. Try again.
He has more.
Is D-Law better than Michael Parsons? Lie to my face.
He has more everything, bro, than Cam Jordan.
Career? Exactly.
Not career, but
exactly.
This past year, for sure.
Career. Okay, but fucking, let's look at the Cowboys DBs.
And he's a tourist.
Stephon?
That's why you hate him.
No, it's not. I
Got
love
the same birthday as me.
First off, DeMarcus Lawrence was my favorite Boise State player.
Here we go.
Like ever. And then he went to the Cowboys, and I had to stomach that shit. You know how badly I wanted him to fall to the Raiders?
All right, let's move on. We spent too much time on this wormhole. Chris Jones exclaims he's coming back to KC while his agent tweets to cut him off from all the liquor. Take your tangent.
Yeah, his agent was like, technically that's a verbal contract. He literally said it out loud that he's coming back. We're going to get the deal done. And he's coming back another 3 years or whatever. And it's like,
gave up all his fucking leverage.
Just right out the fucking window. Willie Gay, knew this is going to be my last season here.
He said that?
He said it. Man was bare feet, shirtless in the middle of the fucking street taking interviews. It was hilarious. Willie Gay going to get paid by the Raiders. They going to throw stupid money at Willie Gay. And
I'm not signing him for $13 million, bro. Fuck that.
Somebody going to sign him for $15 million.
I'm out.
Somebody going to pay him. Look at me, Pete.
I'm out.
Somebody going to pay him. Imagine he goes to the Eagles and Patrick Queen goes. Man, somebody going to pay that man. They're just going to fuck around and overpay for a linebacker they passed on in the draft, aren't they? It's going to happen. I'm sad now.
All right, the Bears released safety Eddie Jackson and guard Cody Whitehair.
Both of them Pro Bowlers. One of them was an All-Pro. Raiders, looking at you. Cheap veteran deals. Put Cody Whitehair at guard or put him at center and leave Parham at guard. I'm just saying. Cody Whitehair's coming off injury. I'm just saying. You had Luke Getsy. I'm just saying. Cody Whitehair's a Pro Bowl offensive lineman that you could probably get for cheap because he's hurt. You could put him on the right side or you can put him at center because Kansas State produces a lot of good offensive linemen. Looking at you, Dalton Risner. Just saying. And Eddie Jackson is better than fucking Trevor Moehrig.
I don't know about that, bro. Eddie Jackson's kind of been asked for 3 years.
Got injuries.
Eddie Jackson's high-key been asked, bro.
He's been a pretty good safety for most of his career. After destroying his fucking leg in the national title game.
14 games in 3 years.
Okay. When he's healthy, he's a good safety.
All right, Kenny.
I'm saying a 1-year deal won't hurt nothing.
How many interceptions did he have last year?
2.
1.
I was close.
He had 4 the year before, and the year before that, he had 0 and 0.
And how many has Moehrig had?
He had 3 this year.
And he didn't have more than Eddie Jackson last year. 2 seasons ago, I should say. All I'm saying is, a veteran safety like that, 1 year, $3 million. Is it really gonna hurt?
I'm good.
Right. But I would definitely consider Cody Whitehair because they need a guard. You need like an instant starter, and you're not gonna find two starters on the offensive line. You're not taking two of your top four picks with offensive linemen. I just don't believe the Raiders are gonna do that. I think they're gonna go all in for Jaden Daniels and
All right.
Michael
Well,
Pittman.
Caitlin Clark passed Kelsey Plum for women's basketball all-time leading scorer. She scored 49 and 13.
I think they played Michigan.
She
Yeah.
pulled up from three at the logo.
She had
to break
28.
it.
She had 28 at the fucking half. She had 28 at the half.
And I think they were chanting one more year.
But she's actually a natural fourth year, and I think she could actually get a COVID year and come back if she wanted to. But she really out here just pulling up from the fucking parking lot. She's pulling up from the from the announcers table. Like, where's Mike Bring when you need him? You just yell bang. And then there's like a whole meme of like the Detroit Pistons taking her and pairing her with Cade Cunningham. That shit was hilarious. And people was really shitting on Cheryl Swoops, saying like, yeah, Caitlin Clark, all that jump shooting shit is nice, but she gonna have a rude awakening when she gets to the WNBA, which is a fair statement. Kelsey Plum had a tough time when she got to the WNBA. She had to reinvent herself.
All right, the Chargers hired Navarro Bowman as their linebacker coach. Touchdown or turnover.
A touchdown. You got Navarro Bowman, Jim Harbaugh, teaching Kenneth Murray, and Dalen.
Kenneth Murray's a free agent.
Oh, shit. Well, I'd assume they're probably going to bring him back, right? Maybe.
I don't know. They didn't give him a fifth-year option.
Well, I mean, he didn't deserve one at the time. But he played better this year. And then you also have Henley, who they took in the second round. Whereas that's probably going to be the future of your defense. But I like Navarro Bowman as, a guide. Him coaching up the linebackers. That's a good look.
I agree with that. Seahawks guarantee $12.7 million to keep QB Geno Smith by keeping on the roster past this week. Touchdown or turnover.
Touchdown for Geno. I mean, his baby mom still might be after him for more money, especially now that you got the $12.7 million. But she got a baby by a baseball dude and a basketball dude. So most of these groupie chicks look down on football players and their money because they don't really make a lot. But hey, Geno, get your $12.7 million, dog. You earned it.
Yeah, we'll see if he keeps his job.
Unless the Seahawks just say fuck it and trade up.
At least he's paid.
Unless they trade him and a first round pick to get a high first round pick.
The Chiefs quickly extend defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo. Touchdown or turnover?
Touchdown. I think he's the one assistant coach who should be getting Hall of Fame consideration. He has 4 Super Bowl rings now.
Does he?
Yeah. You beat Tom Brady twice. Now the Chiefs. He wasn't a great head coach for the Rams, but as a D coordinator, this man knows how to embarrass your offense in big games. And he's done it 4 times now.
He kind of got a raw deal with the Rams, though.
Yeah, that was a bad
that
era.
team was kind of in transition.
That was a bad era.
So
was that after the Gurley era? Or no, that was before, right?
That was
Tavon Austin?
2009 to 11.
That was the Tavon Austin era. Ugh. That was the Kenneth Givens era. Whatever Wake Forest wide receiver that was. That was the Appalachian State receiver era. Nasty times.
Remember when they took those 2 tackles in a row? They were trash. Remember when they took
Taylor,
all those corners?
Jason Smith.
Yeah, remember when they took all those corners?
Tremont Johnson was the only one who stuck. Corner/safety out of Montana. Then he got a bag. I was rooting for him.
I know one of his cousins.
Small world. Shout out to Montana football. They always putting somebody in the league.
Oh, 2010 was Sam Bradford.
So, yeah, that was definitely Kenneth Givens. Zach Stacy. called him a punk bitch after I saw that video what he did to his girl. Disrespectful.
Saffold.
Yeah, he folded her, right? Jason Smith was a total epic bust. That's like when the era when they like cats were falling in love with linemen who had really great feet. They were substandard. It's like, bro, he was at Baylor. They didn't win shit. This was like, I think, before RG3 too. Might have been freshman year RG3.
And Robert Quinn, Austin Pettis, Greg Salas,
I'm not slandering Greg Salas or Austin Pettis.
Jamel Hines, Mikael Baker, Jabari Williams, Jonathan Nelson.
Girl. Wasn't Laurinaitis on that team too? He's coming back as the linebacker coach for Ohio State.
That's cool.
Good for Laurinaitis. I think his uncle's a piece of shit though. I think John Laurinaitis is his uncle.
Tyrone Smith and Von Miller are the last people standing from this draft.
Tyrone Smith?
Tyrone Smith.
USC tackle.
Mm-hmm.
That is just a massive human being.
Oh, and Cam Jordan.
Cam Jordan, there was no way the Raiders could get Cam Jordan, but man, I wanted him to be a Raider. Berkeley. That's the one person who every time Cal played.
Forget about Ross Dowling and Aaron Williams.
They probably got 95 fucking all Madden teams.
Jabal Shears.
Nasty.
Titus Young.
Hopefully he's getting the help he needs mentally.
All right, well, that's enough on that wormhole. 2010 and 2011 draft.
Those Rams drafts were nasty times.
All right. Documentary of the Dynasty. Tom Brady said he was never going to resign with the Patriots to play for Belichick again. Touchdown or turnover?
Touchdown, man. I think I could say this and speak, and Nikki would probably agree. It was always Tom. It was the heart and soul of that team. Now there's reports coming out that Bailey Zapp would watch film in the wide receiver room because the quarterback room with Mac Jones got so fucking toxic.
Really?
Yes, that's how bad it was. These are actual reports.
What the fuck's going to happen with Mac Jones and Zach White?
Zach White.
Zach Wilson.
Pretty sure Mac Jones will punch somebody in the face.
Zach Wilson, who got beat out by Matt White last year. That's why I get him confused. My bad.
You mean Jeff White? Not Jeff White.
No, it was Matt White.
You know, his first name isn't Matt.
Are you sure?
Sure. He went to play for Western Kentucky. I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about. It's something White. I can't remember his name. His first name though. Mike White. There we go. Mike White. That boy had the sauce. He was cooking. Imagine Baker Mayfield on the Patriots. That might be what they need.
He's on the Dolphins now, Mike White.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
Shout out to Teddy Bridgewater, who retired and immediately became the head coach at his old high school, Miami Northwestern.
They really did Teddy dirt.
Yo, I was so sad when that was the real reason why I wanted the Lions to win.
He really got Boogie Cousins out the league.
Raiders should have signed Teddy Bridgewater.
All right.
Still mad they didn't.
Fair or fade? L'Jarius Sneed to the Chiefs GM, quote, pay me. Fair or fade?
Fade. Here's why it's a fade. Patrick Mahomes is going to have to re-up his contract. The cornerstone of your defense is Chris Jones. You got 3 great, young, talented, athletic linebackers. You can get Drew Tranquil back on a pretty friendly deal. You got Justin Reed, who's really good, and a top 15 safety. L'Jarius Sneed, without him, that defense is screwed. And yeah, there are corners in this draft, but somebody gonna pay L'Jarius Sneed a lot of money. And you can't argue what he does against Jamar Chase and other receivers.
So I think it's hard because we already talked about it, but the Chiefs have to re-up Chris Jones. They have to figure out what they're going to do with Willie Gay.
Willie Gay's gone.
Mike Dana and Derek Natty, both starters, they're also free agents. Drew Tranquil, who stepped up and ended up starting for them, he's also going to be a free agent. So you're looking at basically 7 potential new starters next year on a defense. So I feel like on one hand, that makes Snead a priority. Plus, I mean, Snead played receiver up until college, so he could probably even say, dog, I'm more reliable than half these bum-ass receivers you got on the roster who miss half the season anyways.
78 tackles, 2 picks, career high 78 tackles.
But at the same time, I mean, the Chiefs kind of have been pumping out corners like the past 3 years, 4 years.
Javarius Ward left.
So, and you mentioned this class kind of has a good DB pool, so they can find someone to plug in. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a number that they have to have in their head, like a fair number that they come to him with. But if he gets more, he gets an offer he can't refuse. You can't be mad at him for leaving.
$15 million is his floor.
So yeah, I'm probably letting him walk.
I'm arguing top 5 corner money.
Yeah, I'm probably letting him walk. I'm probably letting him walk then because you got to pay Chris Jones $20 million.
You have to pay Chris Jones.
You have to pay Chris Jones $20 million.
It's gonna have to be a 3-year deal. So you're gonna have to franchise.
It's just like, dog,
I took 3 pay cuts for you.
Not just that, but not only have I taken 3 pay cuts, but Aaron Donald's held out twice, and this man doesn't have to worry about a contract every year like I do. And he only brought them 1 ring. I brought you 3 in 5 years. Come on, bro. Like, that's what I would say if I was his agent. Like, bro, you can't say shit about my age, dog. They give Aaron Donald a long-term extension after the Super Bowl.
And I was a 2nd-round pick, bro.
So I made even less than him over my career.
Realize if the Raiders weren't fucking stupid and just took me 15th overall instead of fucking Carl Joseph, you would have never even seen a Super Bowl.
All right, next up, Usher out here at the halftime show, which we didn't really talk a lot about it, but the halftime show was actually pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie.
I wanted more 8701. I wanted more.
I wanted some more of that. Honestly, though, he has so many hits, it's hard to get mad at him for the playlist.
They didn't do Lovers and Friends, but Lil Jon put it together.
He should have did that. Yeah, he should have did that. And then Alicia Keys started out cold, which was crazy. She missed a note. It didn't start off the best, but it definitely heated up. Luda came out in the dodgeball fit, which is crazy. When I saw that meme comparing the outfit, I was dying.
He came out playing Caught Up, though.
And then
he went back to it. That shit was smooth.
And then Will.i.am got skated under by Usher, which was kind of pause-worthy.
That was pause-worthy, and people thought he was Kanye for a second. Because he had a meathead.
Yeah, he did, bro. He did kind of have that Kanye fit on.
Looking like Blank Man's son.
But yeah, man. So anyways, Usher brought out Alicia Keys. He was grabbing all on her. We all saw the the memes of them smiling up, all cuddled up. So fair or fade, Usher just out here grinding on people's girls,
ruining relationships because he can. Yeah, I'm like, did y'all rehearse that, Usher? I'm just saying, this man he hasn't refuted having herpes.
Alicia don't give a fuck about that man too. She probably don't respect him, think he nasty, gross, and just smile for the pictures. And as soon as she got off, she was like, I fucking told him not to do that shit. I knew he was gonna fucking do that.
Cap. Did you see the face she made?
Yeah, she could fake that though.
Nah, go back and look at videos and interviews where Swiss Beats is like, I like a powerful woman. I like a woman who can. He pretty much said like, check me in a sense, and I was like, how you got Alicia was that you pretty much like bullied your ex-wife out of the relationship, and she was cool being the third wheel, so you iced her out, and now Alicia just came in and just took Swiss Beats, and Usher just pulled up and just said, I'm going to take Alicia back real quick. I'm just saying. And then Chili's bitter ass is out here posting, because I guess it was her birthday or her anniversary or whatever with her white husband, and she's taking pictures, and everybody's dragging her on Twitter like, ma'am, wait till March 1st. Had your chance with Usher. You turned him down. So what? He cheated on you. He's supposed to. You were an older woman. You ain't never had as much motion as him. Ain't nobody ever wanted a Chili album. You remember what Left Eye said? Let's all three of us put an album out. Who gonna listen to it? Ain't nobody listening for a fucking T-Boz album or a Chili album. You'll listen to a Left Eye album, though. But anyway. Yeah, Usher got to be stopped.
Yeah, I just don't.
You can't tell me you would be okay with Usher.
I feel like
doing that to your woman.
Watching the presentation, the performance though, like
it's the most watched
Super Bowl
ever. I feel like
she was kind of just like avoiding it, and then it got to the point where she couldn't avoid it, and so she just kind of like went with it,
like Keke Palmer did.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was on the script. I don't know if it was if she liked it or whatever. But
it's not about liking it. It's just like it's a respect thing.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like she just
like,
bro. Why the fuck was Alicia Keys in the Super Bowl, bro? Nobody was asking for Alicia Keys, and I love Alicia Keys, bro.
Nobody cares about my boo. The fact that
don't get me wrong,
she was giving Mos Def grits, fucking fish and coffee, and the "You Don't Know My Name" video is already Hall of Fame nasty. Why is this motherfucker eating fish and coffee? The way Mos Def is dressing now, it's like all you neo-soul dudes are weird.
I'm just saying, I feel like she only did it for the clout.
Yeah.
And she just kind of had to run with it.
Usher had motion and she went in for it, but I'm just saying, this is the second person he's done this to. Swiss Beats is like, oh, that dress was legendary. Swiss Beats, you a producer. You can't even come out and talk shit to Usher. Like, really, I hated Swiss Beats most of my life. Showtime. I used to hate hearing Swiss Beats on a fucking record. Like, shut the fuck up, Swiss Beats.
Just a notch above French.
No, I loathe French Montana's existence. I hated DJ Khaled and Swiss Beats so much, bro. I almost didn't like.
So you're saying you like French Montana more than them?
No, I don't even consider French Montana a musician or artist. He's a stain on hip hop.
All right, so let's wrap it up.
I mean, Usher don't do that. He let it burn.
Yikes.
I'm just saying. He's sweating and shit. I'm just saying, I don't know how many of y'all will be comfortable letting your lady doing that in front of you in the most watched Super Bowl of all time. It was the most watched Super Bowl of all time. And he did that and was grinding. He put hands on the hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. That's what he did.
What if he would have pulled out her titty like on some Janet Jackson shit?
Man, she was halfway there. I'm just saying, I ain't never seen Alicia Keys smile that big since they first made the song, My Boo. All I'm saying is certain shit you don't do to embarrass your partner or show them up. It's not right. If you look at what's going on with Keke Palmer and that video, that audio that got leaked, Keke Palmer mama said, stupid, Usher's gay. He don't even like women. Which means he just don't assault on your game because he can. He could pull your broad and there's nothing you could do about it. You'll go skating with JD later while they reenact.
You nasty dog.
While they reenact that Giz It. Remember the Missy Elliott?
Dog.
Remember the Missy Elliott video with all the kids dancing?
Yeah, let's just change the subject.
That man was dressed like an extra in The Wiz.
Well, let's just change.
Jermaine Dupri was out here dressed like everybody get up. No, I'm not gonna sing the song, but this man had on Louis Vuitton socks that looked disgusting as shit. You like it was two socks stapled together.
Disgusting as your ashy ass legs.
First off, my legs aren't ashy. You pointing indiscriminately doesn't help anything.
I can literally see the ash.
I scratched my leg.
Yeah, that's ash.
No, it's not.
That's ash, my boy.
It's sheen, bitch.
All right, go ahead. Get to your rant, can you?
My birthday is Monday. I'm going to be 32. It's lit. I'm excited. I humbly embrace becoming 32. Like, I am who I am. Like, at the age I'm at. Like, I'm still growing and making certain changes about myself. But, like, I'm proud of who I've become at 32. I've been through a lot of shit. Like, said this before on the show. My mom's talked about it. Like, I was dead for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Like, while my mom was in labor with me. Like, I died first, and then she came back before me. Because we both, like, flatlined on the table for it was a span of about 5 minutes. But for like a cool 2 minutes and 45 minutes straight, I was out of here. So for me to come back, some form of divine intervention. Me and my mom's still here. My nephew's here. I'm in a position to be an uncle. You know, some of the young bulls, look up to me, see me as somebody that they can get advice from. Like, that means something to me. Like, I'm important in somebody else's ecosystem as far as, like, their development as a young person. Because coming up, like, I had older cats who I didn't respect. Like, just because you old don't mean you're an OG. But I think was it J-Rock who said it? All the OGs 30 and up. I forget who said it. But, it might have been Nip. I don't know. I forget who said it. But I'm just blessed, man. Blessed to keep living and still be here. Getting my hair cut tomorrow. My mom was talking shit. She was like, you need to cut that beard off too. You proved your point. You don't have to keep growing it out. I'm like, nah. This is just my beard era. See how far it goes. But yeah, it couldn't be me. I wouldn't let Usher do that shit in front of my face. He getting punched backstage. Salute to Brandon Ayuk. That'd be dope if he was a Raider. His family really wasn't playing that shit. How you a second team All Pro and only?
They said he looked like Mike Tomlin with the extension.
I sent that to you. Yeah. Looks like Pac-Man Jones when he won the NWA World Tag Team Championships with R-Truth. A Black History moment. Shout out to Beyonce doing country music.
That ain't it.
Why you gotta see? I feel bad for light-skinned dudes. They're taking a lot of L's this month.
No, I'm not lying.
First, Zach Levine.
All right. So for me, man, just again grateful for the great week I had last week at the Super Bowl. It was amazing to talk to so many athletes. Really just get out there, brush elbows, really find the West Coast stories. Shout out to my newsletter, pstmedia.net. Check it out. But yeah, man, other than that, I had a good Valentine's Day. Yeah, man, just looking forward to the rest of the month. Celebrate Kenny's birthday.
Birthday is a moment in Black history that will stand the test of time, and I'm thankful for it.
I'm glad Kenny finally got some real barbecue in his life.
Especially that part, because I was ready to just give up on Alabama as a state.
No, I was talking about my dad's house. You still got to go see Bigwig before you have real.
I've had my
Alabama
grandfather's barbecue.
Here we go.
Mind you, he was 4.
Literally 27 years ago, but go ahead, keep bringing it up.
I still remember it, and it was fucking delicious. And my stepdad's barbecue. He used to make the best lemon chicken and grits.
Here we go.
I miss it.
Was it box grits?
No, fuck no. If you said that, he would kill you. Bro, one time I was like making mashed potatoes. He said, "So you making it from scratch, right?" And then looked at me like if I said the wrong answer, he was gonna revoke my black card instantly. The pressure I was under. I made that shit from scratch. It was good too.
Well, this is us, Touchdowns and Tangents, TDs_tangents on Twitter and Instagram. Shout out to your favorite podcast app. Shout out to Nikki, touchdownsandtangents.com, where you can find us. We're out. Peace.
Peace. Oh yeah, fuck Rachel Dolezal.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, I didn't talk about it. Fuck. Okay, so she was the chick